Hi, I'm Vincent, and in this video, I'm going to show you step by step how you can export unlimited leads on LinkedIn Sales Navigator. And at the end, you will get a clean list of leads with all the information you need, like the first name, last name, company name, the LinkedIn URL, and the verified emails of your leads. So let's start. All right, so as you can see, I'm currently on LinkedIn Sales Navigator. And here on the left, I have all the filters I can use to identify decision makers. And then on the right, I will get my results, so my leads. So let's take a real example. And let's say that we want to target people who are head of sales because we want to sell, I don't know, a sales software, for example. So if we want to target these people, we need to use this filter, current job title. Then we type head of sales within quotes. And why within quotes? It's because you will get better results here on the right. Then the next filter I want to use is this one, company headcount. So here, let's say that we want to target SMBs. So from 11 to 200 people, like this. And then geography here. So I want to target people based in the US, so United States. And finally, the last filter I want to use for this tutorial is this one, posted on LinkedIn. And why it's a good filter to use? It's because here you have people who are active on LinkedIn. So when you reach out to these people, you will get a higher reply rate. So that's why posted on LinkedIn is useful, especially if you target these people on LinkedIn. Now, if I check my results, I have people who are head of sales in the US, head of sales in the US, head of sales in the US, and so on. So that's perfect. On top here, you see the number of results for this search. So with these 4 filters, you see that I have a bit more than 1,500 leads. Now, once you are happy with the search and you want to export these people, so unfortunately, you can't do that natively with LinkedIn Sales Navigator. And that's why you need to use a third-party tool like Give Me Leads to have a button like this one, Extract Leads. So if you want to extract these people in just one click, you can go on givemeleads.io, or you just need to click the first link in the description. Then once you are on this page, you click on Start for Free. You create your free account. And then if you want to have a button like this one, Extract Leads on Sales Navigator, you need to install the Give Me Leads Chrome extension. So for that, very easy, you click on Add to Chrome and then Add Extension. Once you've installed the Chrome extension, you will see this button, Extract Leads. And then once you want to export these people, all you need to do is to click on Extract Leads. Then you will be redirected to your Give Me Leads account. Here you can give the number of leads you want to export. So let's say for this tutorial, 100. Here just below, you have the option to find the emails of your leads from Sales Navigator. And finally, all you need to do is to click on Export Leads. And now we just need to wait a little bit. But before, I want to rename my export. So I target people who are head of sales in the US and SMBs like this. And now I just need to wait a little bit. All right, so as you can see, my export is done. And now I just need to click on download CSV. So here is my list of leads. And now if I scroll, you see that I have 100 leads, which is perfect. Now on top, you have all the information you need to reach out to your leads. So you have the first name, last name, LinkedIn URL. So perfect if you want to send a LinkedIn message. You have, of course, the emails of your leads. So same here, it's good when you want to send cold emails. You have the job title, location, and actually you have much more information that you can use. For example, you have the company name, company website. So this one might be useful if you want to personalize your messages or cold emails using AI, company location, company industry, and so on. So when you use Give Me Leads to export leads from LinkedIn Sales Navigator, we do 2 things. First, we make sure that the data is clean. So for the first name, last name, and company name, you don't have any problems with capital letters or with emojis in the first name. So when you are in your favorite outreach tool and you want to say hi first name, so you want to use first name from this column here, you don't want to have hi first name, so hi Vincent with a rocket emoji at the end, but instead you want a clean data like this, so hi Vincent. So basically with this feature, you don't need to waste your time to clean the data because we do it for you. And now the second thing we do is to check if each lead perfectly matches all your filters. So that's why on the left, you see that we have two columns, so matches filters and invalid reason. So when it's true here, it means that the lead perfectly matches all your filters. So if we check Adam, for example, Adam is head of sales in the US and the company size, company employee count 109. So that's perfect. So you see here that we have many people who have true, but if I scroll here, we have people with false. And here you have the reason. So here, for example, we have wrong company size. And here we have many wrong job title. And if we check the job title, sales coach, fractional sales leader, sales lead, regional sales director, head of partnerships, country head sales. So these people are not very head of sales. And that's why what you can do is to keep some leads if they are still relevant, or if you want, you can just remove all of them. And by doing that, you make sure that you only have people who are interesting for you. All right, so now that you know how to export leads on LinkedIn Sales Navigator, I want to show you one limitation that you will face when you do a search on Sales Navigator. So for that, we need to go back on my computer. So we are back on LinkedIn Sales Navigator, and the limitation I want to show you is that on LinkedIn Sales Navigator, you can't export more than 2,500 leads from a search. So that's why here from the previous search, we have less than 2,500 leads, which is perfect. But now let's remove, for example, this filter posted on LinkedIn. Here you see this time that we have 4,500 leads. And now basically you can't export this search because if you want to try to export this search, you will get only the first 2,500 leads. And why this specific number 2,500? It's because here on each page you have 25 results. So if I scroll here, you see that we have 25 results. And here you have access to 100 pages. So 25 by 100, 2,500. So if you want to export more than 2,500 leads from a search, what you need to do is to split your search, your main search, into several searches. And for that, what we do is basically to add some filters. And the filters I recommend to use are years in current company, years in current position. If you can use the geography filter, company headcount, and so on. So for this tutorial, let's check years in current position, less than 1 year. So here you see this time that we have 1,000 leads. And by adding 1 to 2 years, now we have 2,500 leads, which is perfect. Once you have your first search, what you need to do is to copy the LinkedIn Sales Navigator URL. Then you open a sheet and you paste, and here you type batch number 1. And then we need to do the same for the batch number 2. So I remove these filters, and this time it's 3 to 5 years, 6 to 10, and more than 10 years. And here you see that we have 2K results, which is perfect because it's below 2,500. So same here, I copy, I paste, and here it's my batch number 2. Now, once you have all your searches, what you need to do is to go on each search, and then you can click on extract leads. Here we have 2,500 leads, which is perfect. Find emails, yes. Export leads. And now the export is running. And quick tip, when you do that, I recommend you to rename your export. So this export is the batch number 1. And of course, you need to do that for the batch number 2 as well. So this is exactly the process you can follow to export unlimited leads on LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Now, if you want to try this tool to export your leads and get their emails, you can go on givemeleads.io, or you just need to click the first link in the description. And now, if you want to start sending cold emails to your leads, but you don't know where to start, I've made a complete beginner-friendly tutorial on how to use Instancy.ai to send cold emails. So if you want to check this video, you just need to click somewhere on the screen. It was Vincent. I wish you a nice day, and I see you in the next video. Bye-bye.